Hey, we all know the midterm election is 1 month away, and early voting is already underway in some locations. Now, look, I am upfront and candid that I'm personally a Republican and a conservative. That should surprise no one. I did run for office several times, and I was elected as a Republican. But my party affiliation is secondary. It really is secondary to my biblical convictions. Look, I get asked a lot of times, it's true, but I get asked, how can I support certain Republican candidates who exhibit flawed personal lives or who have personal characteristics or behaviors that are simply not Christian? Well, let's be clear. Politics is not church, okay? The rules and the practices in politics just aren't that pure. And frankly, rules and practices of churches aren't either, I've discovered. If I ever found a perfect church, I wouldn't dare join it, because the moment it accepted a sinner like me, it would no longer be perfect. There you go. But, you know, here's a simple question. How should a believer vote if neither party or neither candidate is pitch perfect? Well, voting involves your informed decision as to which candidate or party will most closely lead your community, your state, or your nation to policies that you feel truly matter to the moral underpinning of our society. You're often going to end up voting for a person who doesn't live right, but who votes right. But you aren't voting for a person to babysit your children or be their Sunday school teacher. You're voting because you believe they're more likely to act to affirm what you believe is important to preserve our great republic. Look, I'm pro-life. I'm not pro-life because I got into politics. Quite frankly, I got into politics because I'm pro-life. I believe that every human life has God-given worth and value. I don't believe God created any human being to be a throwaway, disposable, expendable, or worthless. The fact that our nation has allowed the immoral slaughter of over 60 million unborn babies in the past 50 years just makes me sad. Sad that we've sunk to such a selfish, sadistic, and sick standard that says that it's okay to kill a baby if that baby is inconvenient, possibly flawed, or who might represent a financial burden. I simply just won't vote for someone who thinks it's okay to kill babies. Just me. Now, While I prefer that candidates I support believe that the people who earn a paycheck are better able to spend it than the government is, quite frankly, there's more to my vote than my personal financial situation. I care a whole lot more about a system that dispenses justice evenly, equally, and without regard to one's religion, race, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic standing, or political leanings. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Simple as that. In this country, everyone should be treated the same. And frankly, that matters to me a whole lot more than my own tax rate. I vote for those who believe that one of the few purposes of government is to provide for public safety so that criminals are punished for jeopardizing the security of our homes, businesses, or streets. As Larry Norris, the prison director during my tenure as Arkansas governor, often said, we lock up a lot of people that we're mad at rather than the ones that we're afraid of. Now, not everyone who violates the law needs prison. Some, quite frankly, are better off in community service or in rehab. But some, they need to be taken off the streets and locked up. And we need to be afraid of them. There's some pretty bad people out there. And we don't just pat them on the back and turn them back loose to beat up somebody else or kill them. You see, I vote for people who respect the Constitution and its promise of religious freedom. I'm not going to support a candidate who will shut down a church but will keep open a casino, a strip club, or a Walmart. I just won't do it. I will vote for people who protect free speech and not those who send a SWAT team of armed agents to someone's door because of their political views. I will vote for people who respect the property rights of its citizens and their constitutional right to protect themselves, their families, and their homes from invaders or criminals. I will vote for people who believe that mothers and fathers just raise better kids than governments ever will. And I will never vote for a candidate who tells a parent to stay out of how his or her child is being educated, or who thinks the government can empower a child to surgically mutilate his or her body or irreparably damage their bodies by giving them high-powered chemicals without a parent's informed consent. I just won't do it. And to be clear, I won't tell you who to vote for. But if you really are a Christian, I shouldn't need to. I mean, you're going to vote for imperfect people with imperfect ideas, but you won't vote for someone who thinks if you stand for life and personal liberty, you are a threat to democracy. You see, it really is that simple. Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Since you're still here, let me share something with you. If you click on the subscribe button below, hit that notification bell next to it, and click the like button, you know what that's going to do? Virtually guarantee that you don't turn into an AOC fanatic. Do it now, before it's too late.